That story we were starting to tell you about. Bobby Green spent 22 days on a ventilator. His mom and best friend lost their fights with COVID-19 while he was in the hospital, but Green survived.
Tonight, only on Fox 4, we take you to the welcome home party that seemed so unlikely for him last month. Fox 4's Dave DeMarco is live at St. Luke's East in Lee Summit. Dave?
Guys, 55-year-old Bobby Green came here back on March 30th for at first what he thought was just a sinus infection. Turned out it was coronavirus, and it very nearly killed him. Bobby Green is coming home, and everyone has good reason to be so excited. He's still a little weak as he stands and greets friends, family, and neighbors. But he's alive after a month in intensive care.
I just remember kind of getting sick, and I told my wife that I needed to go to the emergency room.
That was 40 days ago. Within hours of arriving at St. Luke's East, the 55-year-old was placed on a ventilator.
We really didn't think he would ever even leave the hospital.
His kidneys failed, meaning he'd have to have continual dialysis, and doctors had to paralyze him to try to keep him alive.
The first probably 17, 18 of those days were really kind of dire, moment to moment. We really weren't sure.
His family, including wife and daughters, couldn't visit. All they could do was pray.
And even the doctors and the nurses, and they would even call me and pray with me.
22 days later, doctors took Green off that ventilator, but things still weren't easy.
Unfortunately, I have to tell him that both his mother and his best friend also passed away from coronavirus while he was kind of in the fight of his life.
But Green kept fighting and was wheeled out of the hospital. As you can see in this video provided by St. Luke's, the entire COVID unit cheered. Those cheers continuing today as he came home from the rehab center where he's been getting his strength back.
I just thank God that he survived.
As Green gazes at all those well-wishers.
You hope people care and concern, but you just never know.
One word comes to mind for his remarkable recovery.
Wow.
Now, Dr. Lee says that patients here in the metro seem to be doing better when they're on ventilators and recovering than other parts of the country. And she thinks that's in part as they tend to learn more about the virus here and figuring out that blood thinners are important to prevent any blood clots that are contributing to patient deaths. Dave DeMarco, Fox 4.